Hi, I'm Wayne Allyn Root for Personal Liberty at PersonalLiberty.com. Did you see Obama's new 2013 budget? 3 words describe it. Taxes, taxes, and more taxes. It's filled with $1.5 trillion in tax increases for the rich. Obama and his socialist cabal must believe that we're all idiots. They believe if you tell enough lies, the lies become fact. They spend all day, every day trying to convince Americans that taxes on the rich are too low. And the reality is taxes are not low at all. If you think they are, you've either been brainwashed by Obama or you aren't paying taxes. The truth is, the taxes are too darn high. We do have a serious problem in this country, but it's not a tax problem. It's a spending problem. Government is addicted to spending. It doesn't matter what the tax rate is. We could raise tax rates to 90% or higher, and government would still spend $1.40 for every dollar it takes in. So why are we blaming the victim, the taxpayers, for the national debt? Government is a spending addict and needs rehab. If you don't believe me, look no further than Europe. Taxes are far higher than America, yet the countries of Europe are broke, desperately broke, bankrupt, insolvent, panic setting in. It may become the worst economic crisis in history. Forget about Greece. It's Italy and Greece and Spain and Portugal and France, the whole Europe, and they've got high taxes. Yet Obama claims in every speech that taxes on the rich in America are too low and we need to desperately raise taxes. When a private sector CEO lies, it's called fraud. You go to prison for manipulating the facts. Yet President Obama and his leftist cabal in Congress lie, omit, and manipulate the facts about taxes every day. Let's examine the bull-faced lies of President Obama and the left, who try to justify tax increases on the rich, as if that's a dirty word. First, Obama quotes the dollars earned by the top 1% of income earners to prove that the rich are making too much and paying too little. That's sleight of hand. It's like 3-card Monte in Chicago. Obama's lumping billionaires with yachts and private jets into the same boat with small business owners like me. Within that top 1% are a few billionaire titans like Warren Buffett, hedge fund managers who make $500 million a year, Wall Street tycoons who earn $100 million just in stock options, all mixed in with small business owners. How can you use billion-dollar stock gains or $100 million hedge fund incomes or $20 million Wall Street bonuses to justify raising taxes on a small businessman that makes $250,000 to $500,000 a year by investing their own money and working 16 hours a day? That's called bait and switch. It's a shell game, and some might call it tax fraud. Secondly, Obama claims tax rates are the lowest in history. Once again, Obama's purposely omitting the full picture. Separate from federal income tax rates, U.S. taxpayers now pay the highest Social Security and Medicare tax rates ever, the highest state, local, and property taxes ever, the highest sales taxes ever, and the second highest business income taxes in the entire industrialized world. Add it up, and small business owners like myself are overburdened like never before in history, so we're clearly being deceived. Some might call that tax fraud. Third, Obama is comparing apples to oranges when he compares tax rates. Rates are lower today than in the past because they've taken away many valuable deductions. And we now face caps, phase-outs, and the dreaded alternative minimum tax. Therefore, quoting higher tax rates is a distortion of the truth. A tax rate of 70% from a decade ago or 2 decades ago might actually be lower than today's rates when you factor in all these factors like the loss of deductions. As Ronald Reagan said, there you go again, misrepresenting Mr. Obama. Fourth, President Obama constantly reports tax rates were once much higher. Another distortion. It's true that FDR raised the tax rate in 1935 to 79%, but what no one tells you is it only applied to one person. Someone making the equivalent of $76 million a year. Only one man in the United States paid $1 at that rate, and it was Rockefeller. Now Obama wants much higher rates on small business owners making $250,000 and above, and he quotes robber baron rates to sell his bait and switch scheme. Once again, it might be called tax fraud. Obama also purposely leaves out a very important fact, that only in the last 30 years have we moved away from a cash economy. Tax rates could have been 70, 80, or 90% prior to 1980, but it didn't matter because the whole country operated with an underground cash economy. Most small businesses earned unreported cash. Today, we have a computerized economy based on credit cards. Almost every dollar that every business takes in is tracked and reported. Virtually every dollar in the U.S. economy is taxed. So the rate of taxes is immaterial. All of us are today paying far more in taxes than ever before. And to not report that difference is deceptive. Some might call it tax fraud. Finally, Obama calls his desired increases small and fair. In reality, they're huge. If Obama got his way, federal income taxes would hit 40% or higher, and he'd take the cap off Social Security taxes. He'd dramatically reduce or eliminate mortgage, charitable, and business deductions. And then, just for fun, he'd add a national VAT tax. Now add in the new taxes for Obamacare. Added up, Americans would face tax rates approaching 70%, and this time there is no cash economy. The government would take 60 to 70 cents of every dollar you make. Well, we do, and you do, all the work. The mafia has nothing on the government. So why is Obama playing fast and loose with the facts? Taxes aren't low, and he knows it. And the increases he desires aren't small or fair, and he knows it. First, the government is heavily in debt, and Obama needs to find targets of opportunity, victims to pay the bill, so America doesn't go bankrupt on his watch. Secondly, Obama's only chance at re-election is to redistribute billions of dollars to his voters and campaign contributors in the way of entitlements, welfare, food stamps, stimulus, and green energy investments by government. Third, by targeting, demonizing, and punishing small business owners and high-income earners, the people who make almost all the contributions to conservative and Republican causes, Obama can starve his political opposition. If the taxes are high on the rich, then Obama's opposition has no money left to give to conservative candidates. He's home free. My hero Ronald Reagan's plan was to lower taxes on the rich, to motivate and encourage investment, entrepreneurship, and job creation, while at the same time starving the beast of big government. Obama's plan is the exact opposite, to raise taxes dramatically on the rich so he can feed the beast of big government and at the same time starve his political opposition. That's the plan, ladies and gentlemen. You can sum it all up by saying taxes on the rich are too darn high. Don't believe the baloney you're all being fed in the media. I'm Wayne Allyn Root for Personal Liberty and PersonalLiberty.com. Have a great day. I'll see you next week.